Unit 8. Hadavar lecha elai? Halo tagid li? Hadavar lecha elai? Halo tagid li? In this unit, we'll move beyond the sort of communication skills needed for daily exchanges, shifting instead to expressing and receiving messages of a more serious or formal nature, diplomatic messages. In addition, we'll be adding another binyan, known as the Hifil binyan. Some of the more serious or formal communications found in the Hebrew Bible take the shape of prophetic oracles. That is one genre that you will gain experience in as you study Unit 8. Module 8 Nikud Achat. Here we will gain practice introducing ourselves, indicating the reason for making a particular visit to someone, and conveying a formal message. In this episode of the Jonah story, we find the prophet Jonah delivering a very solemn message to the king of Nineveh. Perhaps you can recall some time when you needed to deliver a solemn message. Before learning the Milim La'anot and Milim Lishmoa, please notice these comments concerning Masoretic accents. First, be aware that the Sof Pasuk, which appears as a pair of stacked diamonds rather like a colon, while it generally marks the end of a sentence, there will be times when a longer sentence will be divided into two groups, each of which will conclude with a Sof Pasuk. You'll find this appears in your Hebrew Bible as well, whenever a sentence spans more than one verse, for you'll find the Sof Pasuk at the end of each verse, whether or not that marks the end of its sentence. A second note regarding the Masoretic accents is that from time to time you will see a few select Masoretic accent marks within the Jonah story. The intent is to build your familiarity with them and to let them assist you to observe where particular words should be separated from ensuing words, a disjunctive accent, or perhaps where they should be closely connected to an ensuing word. A final introductory comment has to do with the Hifil binyan, which is being introduced here in Unit 8. Hishlich is one of the vocabulary words you will find labeled as from the Hifil binyan. The shoresh is shalach. After you have read the meanings of a handful of Hifil words, you'll discover that many of them have to do with something known as causation, that is, causing something to perform an action, rather than doing that action one's own self. That's the case with the word hoda'ticha. It's from the shoresh yada, to know. When expressed as a Hifil binyan, then it becomes not to know, but to cause someone or something to know. In some instances, we will find that the word cause will appear in the translation of a Hifil word. In other situations, we'll find that the word cause or make is not needed, but there is some other way of transmitting this idea a little more smoothly in English. That's the case with the word, for example, hevi. It's from the shoresh bo, meaning to come or enter. We might assume, then, that bo in the Hifil binyan would be translated cause to enter, when in fact a better English version will not use the word cause or make, but rather bring. So hevi, as a katal, past tense conjugation, means he brought, rather than he caused to enter. Occasionally we encounter a word in the Hifil where causation does not seem to be operative. Consider, for example, the verb that has as its shoresh zayin kof nun, zakein. In the Kal binyan, it means to be old. Operating in the Hifil binyan, it does not mean to cause someone to grow older or age, but rather that oneself would grow older. Grammarians call this the ingressive use of the Hifil binyan. As with other binyanim, it's important to learn the meaning of a particular word within its binyan. The word hitzil, meaning he rescued, is an example of this. We must resist the temptation of assuming that since it is Hifil, it must have an idea of causation in it. The Hifil of Natsal simply means he rescued, not he caused to rescue. Once again, it's important to learn each word with its own definition for the particular binyan in which it's being expressed, rather than inferring causation for all he feel words. This is analogous to an earlier caution that we must not infer the passive voice for all words expressed in the Nifal binyan, but rather learn each word in its own right.